Welcome back, children. This is Vedagopal sir again with Little Hearts Publications with English Book 3, Lesson 4, Word No, in page number 46 of your textbook. There is vocabulary we are going to discuss. Look at the part A. Read these sentences. Two sentences are given there, you see. Shangri-La was ruled by a wise and gentle king. What are the words underlined there? Wise and gentle. These two words are underlined. Okay. Dongila was ruled by an ill-tempered and selfish king, Jagadguru. Ill-tempered. What are the words underlined there in the second sentence? Ill-tempered and selfish. These words are underlined. The underlined words in sentence 1 talk about good qualities. See, wise and gentle are good qualities, whereas ill-tempered and selfish are bad qualities. So, you have to pick out 3 more words each from the story which talk about good and also bad qualities. 3 more words each from the story, that means 3 words which indicate good qualities and 3 more words which indicate bad qualities. Can you say those words, children? Good qualities. Love, peaceful. Like that, we have to pick up some words which indicate good qualities. Kind-hearted. These are the good qualities. Like that, we have to pick up bad qualities also. Write 3 words which indicate bad qualities. Okay, children. Now, let us go to B part. Match the words under A with their opposites under B. Under A, there are some words given there and their opposites are given under the column B. So, we have to match them. First one, wise. What is the opposite of wise? Foolish. So, first one, against first, you have to write C. Okay. Gentle. Second one, you have to write, gentle opposite is harsh. What is that letter there which indicates that word? F. Gentle opposite is harsh. Love, third one, opposite is hate. That is E. Love opposite hate. Peace, fourth one, opposite is war. So we write A. Opposite of peace is war. W-A-R. Number 5, selfish. We have to write unselfish or selfless. That is the letter G. Number 6, refuse. Opposite is accept. Accept, A-C-C-E-P-T, D. You have to write. And quiet, opposite is noisy, B. Like that, you have to write those letters there in the boxes given here, between column A and column B. Okay, children? There are white boxes, you can see that there. C. Look at the bit C. Look at the words given below. Ill-tempered, kind-hearted. Each of the above words is made up of 2 different words. Such words are called compound words. Just we talked about that earlier also. Look at these sentences. Ill-tempered, kind-hearted. Actually, there are 2 words in this, but both these words are generally written separately. Generally, there is an hyphen between the 2 words there, but these 2 words are together treated as one single word only. Actually, it is one word, but consisting of two words. Like these words are called compound words. The words which have more than one word, but treated as a single word, they are called compound words. Okay, children. A very important point here. There is ill-tempered. If you take these words separately, ill means sick, tempered means anger. There is a when you take the two words separately, two words give two different meanings. But when you take this as a single word, it gives the meaning that bad-tempered, evil-tempered. Okay, in the same way, kind-hearted. It's not, these are written separately, but they are always read together as one word only. I am not reading it as ill-tempered like that, ill-tempered, kind-hearted. You have to read them together even though there are two separate words, separated by a hyphen. Okay, children, this is what we have to learn about compound words. Now let us see spelling. Foot, feet. Look at the singulars and plurals there. Foot, singular. Feet, plural. Some automatically change their spellings when we write the plurals of some words. Foot, feet. Love, love. Is there any plural for love? No. Love is singular as well as plural. Hatred also, opposite of love is hatred. That is also singular, plural, same. Whereas misery, that the word ends with Y, when you write the plural form, we have to remove that Y and write IES. Look at that, misery, we have removed, when you write a plural, we removed Y and we wrote IES in its place. Palace, just we added yes there, becomes palaces. Promise, promises. Like that we form the plurals. The things we can count have plurals. Suppose what kind of things do we have or can we find or form plurals? The things that we can count. If we cannot count those things, we cannot write plural forms of those things. See, for example, foot, palace, promise, misery, all these can be counted. So we wrote plural forms by adding s or es to the nouns there. The things are qualities that which cannot count, which we cannot count, have no plurals. For example, love and hatred, how can you count them? There is no chance of counting, so they have no plural forms. And of course, you have to also identify the spellings of some words which change with respect to the singulars and plurals. See, singular, plural is changed by not adding s here, we change the OO to E. So like these words, you can also say tooth is singular number, teeth is plural number, like this. One more example you can say like that. Pronunciation, look at these words and notice the sound of underlined part in them. Wise. How is the letter Z? S is underlined there. How is it pronounced, children? Wise. Yes, Z sound. Peace. C is pronounced as yes there. Peace. Magical. G is underlined there. G is pronounced as G only. Talked. Last D is pronounced as T there. Letter T. Whereas actually it is D, ED. But we should pronounce it as talked. So what are you asked to do there? Write two more words for each of the above such that underlined part is pronounced in the same way. Wise. You have to write two words at least in which the letter S gives the sound of Z. Okay, look at this. Rise. Wise, rise, raise. In this also it is pronounced as Z. Look at this word peace, in which C is pronounced as S. Okay. Circus. C is pronounced as S there. Another word, any other word? Cease, C-E-A-S-E. Cease means stop. Like that for two more words, magical. Remember, G has two sounds, ja and ka, ga, gay, G-A-T-E, gate. When it is magical, we pronounce it as ja, magical. So two more words, ginger, in which G is pronounced as G. Anything more, children? Page number 47, like there is a page. In the same way, T-A-L-K-E-D, where you should pronounce it as a T. In the same, see, look at this, walked, start. Like that, two words we have to write for each and every word in which the underlined part is pronounced in the same way. Two words we have written there. Finally, writing skills are there. Here is a brief summary of the story you have just read, but the sentences are jumbled. Place them in proper order. A brief summary of the story is given here in the form of sentences, but those sentences are not in proper order. So according to the incident that happened there in the story, you have to arrange them in a proper order and rewrite the story in a short format. Okay? Children, you understand what to do here? Look at that. First sentence. What should be the first sentence? Let us see. Writing skills. Let us see. First one is, the king of Shangri-La, Rishiraj, was wise and gentle. First one is that one. An ill-tempered and selfish king, Jagadguru, ruled the kingdom of Dongrila. That is the next sentence. Third sentence is, Jagadguru was impressed on seeing the kingdom of Shangri-La. Jagadguru came to know the secret of happiness of the people of Shangri-La. Next sentence. So what did? The Prime Minister of Dongrila was wise and advised Jagadguru not to wage a war against Shangri-La. What did he say instead? Jagadguru asked for Kokila and it was given to him by Rishiraj. Jagadguru kept the bird in a golden cage and the 5 men in the dungeons. Jagadguru then went to the Baba and told him his problem. The Baba said, Yatha Raja Tatha Praja. Like that, you have to arrange them in proper order, in a sequential order, all these sentences. Then you can get the summary of the story. With that, we come to the end of this lesson, children. We will be taking up the next poem there in the next class. Thank you.